makes you all load up from New Hampshire and come to Indiana and looking at following the vintage tractor pulling series? I mean, you're a long ways from home.
Just the good competition, the nice people. It's just a lot of fun, and we really enjoy it. Really.
Is there a lot of tractor pulling in New England?
There is quite a bit of it, not quite to this caliber that it is down here.
Competition stouter, you'd say?
Yeah, much more stouter down here.
Okay. How different are the pulling tracks here?
A lot more power tracks down here. The clay is a lot different. It's definitely more traction.
Did you grow up on a farm?
No, I didn't.
Well, then how do you have a tractor? That doesn't make sense. Why do you think tractors are cool? You didn't even grow up on a farm.
I grew up running construction equipment with my father.
Okay.
Backhoes and loaders and dozers.
And like the heavy-duty stuff.
The heavy-duty stuff. And my father and grandfather did have an old John Deere they used to pull wood out of the woods with for firewood, and I grew up around that. So.
All right, so tell me about the first tractor pull you went to.
It was one that my father was helping out at, and they always asked, "Where's your tractor?" Because they knew we had one. And we ended up finally getting it running and bringing it down. We didn't do very good, but we had a lot of fun. And there was a few more modified tractors, and I always liked racing and stuff. And I said, that's where I need to go. And it took some time, but I finally done it. So.
And you've got a tractor that, I mean, it's a Minneapolis Moline. But tell me about the high-performance parts and applications that you got on this thing. And what was the factory horse and what is it now?
The factory horse on this was, I'm not exactly sure, was probably around 30 horse, maybe a little bit more. Now, I dare to say it's up around 300. That would be a fair estimate.
With one single-barreled updraft carburetor, you're getting 300 horsepower?
Yeah, it's, but I hired a good engine builder, let's put it that way. And
Chuck Lewis does your engine,
Chuck
right?
Lewis built my engine, and we're still working the bugs out of it. Last weekend was the first weekend we've run it, and it's coming into it finally, but it's the new learning curve. The tractor's new now.
Well, the one thing I know about Minneapolis Molines, can you tell me how many cubic inches you're running? I mean, there's no limit, so can you tell us a little bit?
I'll quote something that you had an interview with back a year or two ago for Brian Flynn. Oh, it's big now. I can't release the exact cubes, but it's big now.
It's big. It's a big inline 6-cylinder.
This one's a 4-cylinder.
Oh, this is a 4-banger. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it over 600 cubic inches?
That's a fair estimate, yeah.
Over 700?
Well, we're getting there.
Maybe 8?
Maybe.
Minneapolis Molines can go. That's the thing. They're so cool because they can, the different motors they had, I mean, they can make them huge. I know the Vesta motors in the MG 1000, 1100 cubic inch. You know, if you want, you can go more if you want. What's it feel like being, the only woman at a tractor pulls? Because it's many times you're the only ladies there, especially out this way, right?
Out this way, yeah. At our home, there's a lot of girls running stock tractors, but not really modified stuff. I like it. I like to try to beat the guys, Try not to pick on them.
Do the guys, when you beat them, does it hurt them? Does it hurt their ego? Does it get under their skin a little bit? Do they nub you a little hard? Or
A couple of them, but for the most part, they come up and congratulate me, say I'm a great driver, and so it's good. It's all good fun.
So when did you get the tractor pulling fever?
About 6 years ago, we were at a local pull with our stock John Deere tractor that we had, and it kind of rained out, and he talked to the sled operator so I could take a hook, and I'd never driven a tractor before. And
you didn't grow up on a farm?
My grandfather's farm, but I was too young to drive tractors, but he was on it still. So he throws me on the tractor. He goes, "Here's the clutch, hand clutch, reverse first, go pull."
He put you on a hand clutch first?
Hand clutch.
Well, if she can handle the hand,
right?
You might have her hooked for life, because that's fun.
The worst part about it, I got to admit it, same class, she won it, she beat me by over 20 feet. It was a long ride home.
It took third in the class, my very first time pulling.
So that was pretty much you were in for life. That was it.
So
you got the baddest antique coming up here in a little bit. So hopefully you got to be in the top 2 to qualify for the finals.
We're going to try for it.
And you're trying for all year. And you got other chances if you don't make it.
Right.
But the motor, I know from last week to this week, you see improvements?
Yeah, major improvements over it. We still got some bugs to work out. It's not quite right yet, but we're just keep trying new things to get it to come into it, and it's getting there. Thank you.
Congratulations.